first. Hello, everybody. I'm very grateful that we are all together. I hope this year we will even grow bigger and more important. The World Hope Forum is more important than it's ever been because we need more and more hope. We have so much beautiful speakers, which you can visit over the last 4 years. So please go back also and study and try also to get more people, friends, send a link to your friends, urge them to be part of the same movement. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen, try. This is the one. And then I'm going to, is it okay? Yeah. Huh? Philip?
Yes, thanks.
Okay. So my sermon is called The Lamb of Hope. As the agent of God, Allah, and Buddha, the lamb plays a universal role in several religious scriptures, highlighting the positive qualities of the young animal in various settings, yet using similar words. These words of wisdom and gratitude are here today to rediscover the grace of the lamb, its symbol and its generosity, and as a reflection for the beginning of our symposium. I start with innocence. Free from guilt, sin, or evil, and therefore as harmless as a baby, the young lamb is blameless as it has not yet encountered ideas of sin. Going back to childhood helps us to reach out to notions that embrace moral codes simply as a given, and as a gift of simplicity to live out one's own life. Rethinking and getting in touch with the inner workings of our soul, we discover that being innocent is not being naive. Instead, one needs to understand all that is bad and elect unoffending as a guide to a better life. Consciously making enlightening choices for optimism, morality, and loyalty. Optimism, morality, and loyalty. To remain true to oneself is a sign of inner strength, sparing the mind from negativity. In matters of wool, we choose the immaculate qualities of lamb's wool to create angelic yarns and endearing knits that swaddle humans in a protective gesture, helping them feel secure and content. Second notion is the notion of substitution. In religious terms, the concept of substitution describes the lamb taking the place of sinners, bearing their guilt and atoning for their sins. When we look for synonyms, we are searching for similarities between people, places, or goods, as if we are searching for a similar organic chemistry. A need to be interchangeable, taking up the task where the other has stopped, creating a hermetic bond between people. Humans that can count on each other as if living in a flock. Replacing damaged goods, mending clothes, and recycling yarns, like a prayer in process. The notion of substitution can also be seen as the animal that substitutes the human with its rich coat and warm fiber, which we witness here. Its ferocious strength and its archaic allure, even in its heroic horns and animistic hooves. A concept where the gift of the lamb takes away fear and constructs strength and resilience in the original shopping sinner. Redemption. The lamb also represents hope and redemption. At its core, redemption means regaining or restoring something that is lost, as in Paradise Lost, lost love, or a lost direction in life. to reach the state of being rescued. A true sense of regret and mourning needs to be experienced as a need for salvation and deliverance from the current excesses at the root of this notion, where we want to give back and change our ways to feel a sense of serenity, regaining our emotional health. Being freed from the slavery of production and the bondage of consumption, we can prepare another life which is free from guilt in matters of ecology and start the processes of forgiveness. A deliverance where the joy of craft and creation will supplement the need for more. A movement of emancipation where the body is redeemed from destruction by reaching a spiritual self. This is a big promise, right? This leads to fulfillment. The realization of our true selves, of who we are as an inner experience, giving clear directions of where we can go, of what lays ahead and what awaits us. Accomplishing the task of being is an enormous challenge that asks experience, hardship, and curiosity for the unknown to come to conclusion. The unknown is very important. Set you free, yourself free. A strong and enduring sense of wholeness in which we understand our personal imprint on this world, on our world. Self-realization has become a daunting task in a world that prevents us from transcendence. The burden of society at large weighs down on our personal growth, and current flaws such as solitude, mental issues, and even suicide attempts makes it an almost impossible task. Yet, fulfillment is not a luxury, but seen as essential for human mental health. It's very important to remember. The task is to discern our core values and set our personal goals by journaling, stitching, weaving, and knitting in hands-on meditation. Contentment is only possible by training the brain in positive thinking and sharing gratification with others in celebration. Then we come to faith. Having total trust in the future of humankind, believing in the possibility of a better society, regaining faith in the idea that people are good. Sometimes difficult, but we should think this. The story of the lamb refers to the symbolic role of the unblemished lamb as a sacrifice, restoring faith amongst believers, donating its innocence to absorb aggression and pain. The message of being unblemished and as sincere as possible to move matters forward to the positive and the sustainable is a strong one. The spiritual also, of course. Reaching beyond intellectual matters to the commitment of the whole human being, body and soul. A body that is clothed with care and believes in the nobility of fiber and color. A soul that needs spiritual clothes that leave space to be. Spiritual ideas that gain faith and preach for humility and being thankful for the small things in life. Very important as a notion. Finding joy in the ordinary and the everyday, celebrating the sun and the moon and each other. Revelation, a much more hectic, difficult chapter. This concerns the unveiling of hidden spiritual knowledge and innovative ideas of coexistence in symbolic images and words of magic. The communication of truths in knowledge and languages that communicate yet uncovered ideas is at the forefront of society, where other intelligences threaten the hegemony of the human mind over all matters of science and creativity. This is, of course, hinting at the AI scary situation. Apocalyptic in its text, the Book of Revelations describes the downfall of the city of Babylon as a world power, punishment for the corruption and oppression of its people, leading to its utter destruction, somehow echoing current political sentiment and brutalist design, very much so. Revelation messages are therefore prescient and forecast a future that seems doomed, yet also describe scenarios of promises regained and humanity restored, an arts and crafts philosophy. Here humans must take their place amongst their peers, not above. The trees, the land and animals in a spiritual form of ecology. The possible prophecies of most scriptures hint at another way to share wealth in the context of an abundant promised garden. Compassion is our last chapter. In the story of Buddha and the lamb, Buddha offers himself to be sacrificed, demonstrating a deep compassion and opposition to the slaughter of a limping lamb. I didn't know that the lamb was in the scriptures for Buddha. It's very interesting that it's in all these books. This famous story teaches us to open our hearts to pain, a deep and real solicitude for the suffering of others. Moving beyond understanding this distress to the desire to alleviate suffering and to become a spiritual activist. We all should be. Expanding the capacity to care for all others, including the inhabitants of the natural world. Compassion is therefore not just a feeling, but an active practice that fosters togetherness and demands selfless actions. In Buddhism, compassion is central to the spiritual path, opening one's heart to all suffering, one's mind to all conflict, like absorbing it. The virtue of compassion is cultivated through empathy and can be a cathartic experience, training the ability to emotionally understand what others feel, seeing things through their point of view, as illustrated in these pictures. Here, the image of the lamb and its fleece are healing agents that can restore and invigorate people in need of physical and emotional support. These beautiful slides show this togetherness. So this is the introduction to what will be the subjects of today, and I hope it will unite us even more so.
Thank you, Lee. And I was thinking that maybe it would be a good gift to everybody that we email them the little booklet of your text. That way they can reread it.
That's a good idea.
People that attended today. So if you look out for your